Hey, what's up everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're finishing up talking about the legendary greatness of Enies Lobby. Stay steady in the pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. And by the way, the Robin video I posted is actually Enies Lobby Explained Part 2, so if you want to watch the entire series in order, then that one comes before this one. Nami withstands attacks from Khalifa and actually slaps her up. This is very impressive because Nami defeats a character that one-shot Tilestone, and Tilestone is so strong that he, together with some other shipwrights, low-diffed pirates with bounties greater than Luffy's first bounty. You can make a good argument that from this arc onwards, Nami is strong and crafty enough to defeat Arlong on her own, because Khalifa was stronger and faster than Arlong, but Nami was fast enough to dodge some of Khalifa's attacks and durable enough to withstand some of her attacks as well, which once again was something that big boy Tilestone couldn't even do. And to be completely honest, Tilestone himself might be stronger than Arlong. Later, Nami fights against captains and lieutenants and can hold her own pretty well against them as well, captains being the same rank as Start of Pre-Time Skip Smoker, showing that full power Nami is actually a pretty powerful character. Jabra and Kaku were basically the Sanji and Zoro of CP9. Their power levels were only 10 points different from each other, but this power level doesn't include Devil Fruit powers, since Jabra has a lot more experience using his Devil Fruit, and he's a Carnivore Zone, meaning his fruit gives him an increase in ferocity. He gets a bigger power increase from his fruit than Kaku does during this arc, especially when you consider that Kaku was brand new to using his Devil Fruit and he was still just figuring out how to use his powers, so it's very possible that Jabra was actually equal to Kaku at this point in the story, or at least very close to him. Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy begin fighting Jabra, Kaku, and Lucci, and these three fights are all happening at the same time that a Buster Call has started, which in One Piece is a military attack where they just bomb an island and keep throwing military might at an island until it's basically turned into sawdust. Midway through Luffy versus Lucci, you can actually see in the background that Enies Lobby is being destroyed, so it puts a time limit on the fight and adds a lot more stress to the situation. Chopper squares up with Kumadori, and this small child puts up his most intense brawl in the series so far. By the way, Kumadori is a hidden gem of a character who might have some connections to Wano. Kumadori is almost as strong as Blueno, and that's just too much for little boy Chopper to handle at this point in the series. Still though, Chopper does his darndest, and he actually does some decent damage to Kumadori. But anyways, Chopper's about to straight die. He uses his monster form and one-shots Kumadori with it. With monster form, Chopper's actually really strong. You can make a good argument that Chopper in monster form is actually stronger than Frankie, because monster form Chopper one-shot Kumadori, but Frankie had a pretty close, drawn-out battle with Fukuro, who was only a little bit weaker than Kumadori. Sanji and Zoro defeat Jabra and Kaku, and all that's left is Big Boss Luffy fighting against Big Boss Lucci. Luffy's battle against Lucci is what really cements Luffy as being stronger than Zoro and Sanji. The reason being is that near the end of this fight, Lucci has taken significant damage from Luffy, and Lucci looks at the rest of Luffy's crew, and he says this with straight confidence. He's like, alright bro, just chill there for a sec. I'm just gonna go over there and just kill all of them real quick, you know? I mean, really, your whole squad versus me, just trust me, buddy, I'm gonna win that one, okay? So he's like, just trust me, I'm gonna crush them real quick. And he says this knowing that Luffy's crew was strong enough to beat all the other members of CP9, including Jabra and Kaku. So put simply, Lucci was way stronger than everyone else in Luffy's crew, including Zoro and Sanji. What backs this up even more is that Luffy himself agrees with Lucci. Luffy basically says to Lucci, dude, you're like a pretty serious problem, man. Like, if I don't defeat you by myself, you're gonna kill the rest of the crew for sure. Lucci was so strong that you could honestly debate that he might be able to solo all of CP9 by himself if he really wanted to. And keep in mind, Luffy's fighting a character this cracked immediately after defeating 1,000 soldiers and Blueno. So this fight starts off showing us that base Luffy is about as strong as base Lucci now. As the fight progresses, Luffy goes gear second and Lucci transforms into man-beast form, and they are still just about even to each other, showing us that Lucci's man-beast form transformation is around the same power multiplier as gear second. Lucci mentions an unnamed character during their fight. At the time, we didn't know who this character was, but based off of recent chapters, it was probably who's who. Luffy beats Lucci with the most wild attack in the series so far. He punches this man so fast that his arms actually turn invisible, dude. Like, this scene legit gives me strength, man. It's so crazy. Oda's really a master at having several emotional plot lines all reach their maximum intensity right at the end of the final final boss battle of the arc, it gives Luffy's fights a special feeling that I've never felt in any other manga, to be honest, except for maybe like Yusuke versus Toguro. It's confirmed that the Straw Hat ship, the Going Merry, actually had a soul and was a living being the entire time. She's gone as far as she can go, and they give her a Viking funeral. The Straw Hats all get big boy bounties. Kobe and Helmepo show up just to catch a quick Knuckle Sammy. We meet Luffy's grandpop, who's one of the most important characters in the entire series of One Piece. To be honest with you, I'd need like an entire video just to explain why this man's a legend. We learn about the Yonko, and then the crew heads off to Fishman Island. A little spoiler for you, they don't reach Fishman Island right away, and it's a good thing they don't, because at this point the crew is way too weak to enter the new world at all. If they actually proceeded going to Fishman Island at this point in the series and actually made it there, they would have died, bro. Like, so this is a little Easter egg for the people who watch the video all the way to the end of this video. If you want to debate with somebody and talk about like, hey man, I think Lucci could beat the rest of CP9 all by himself, and you want to have that debate with someone, here's something that you could say that they probably wouldn't be expecting: that Lucci's power level was 4,000, and that was only counting his powers without a devil fruit. So you add the devil fruit on top of that, and you consider the fact that man beast form for Lucci was almost as big a multiplier as Gear Second was for Luffy, and Gear Second was such a big multiplier that Luffy's body could barely withstand the power, and like Lucci's getting that big of a power increase without really having any negative side effects from it whatsoever. Lucci's power level had to be way higher than 4,000. It could have even been like in the 6,000 range, maybe even 7,000. So I mean, him beating the rest of CP9 when his power level is like multiple times higher than the second strongest guy actually makes a lot of sense. But yeah, guys, that was everything I wanted to talk about in this video. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. Let me know what video you guys would like me to make next. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching these videos. These are really fun to make. I love rereading One Piece, and it's just fun. Yeah, anyways, that was everything I wanted to say, guys. Thank you for watching, and you have a great rest of your day.